Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. To get rid of the stigma surrounding depressive illnesses, former Lions quarterback Eric Hipple joins Mid-Michigan Matters today. Eric, 24 years ago, your son Jeffrey, at 15 years old, died by suicide. Tell me about that.
Well, it was shocking to me. I never thought that could be a thought process of a kid, even though I had him myself, when I was younger, and had some thoughts along the way, but not knowing what to look for. He was going through some major transitions himself. He was a freshman, 15 years old, captain of the freshman basketball team, and he was doing great. And then all of a sudden, the struggle came fast. And there's some mental health that runs in our family. I just didn't know what it was, how to pick up on it, and so unfortunately, when he died, it came as a shock, and it was the hardest thing you can ever go through.
Like you said, it was hard to spot those signs. There are many transitions in life, ups and downs that we go through, but it can be hard to tell when you're in that position for a while. As a parent, what do you wish you knew to help your son? Well,
I wish I would have known some of the signs. First of all, not being able to sleep or sleeping too much, feeling kind of lethargic or anxious all the time. There's a loss of pleasure, not feeling well, and just sometimes in general just not feeling good, like I got the flu, and so those are some of the things. But really, it comes down to looking for mood changes and behavioral changes. That's the biggest keys.
And I can only imagine, as a parent, how did his health impact your health?
Well, unfortunately, I was struggling a little bit, when he was going through his thing, and I think that was part of the problem, that I didn't pick up on what was going on. So after the fact, I was devastated. I wish it would have been me. I exchanged any point in time, so I was very angry. Not at God, I was angry at myself, or him. It was just me. How could this happen? And so I think the guilt and the responsibility. So I went through about a year-long binge, basically, and unfortunately finally got picked up on a DUI, that kind of strained me up. But it also affected the rest of our family, because we really were kind of in shock, and people grieve differently. It affected my two daughters that live in Michigan, and one of them, to the point where started having some issues herself when she was 15, and some of the trauma started coming back to her, night terrors and everything else. She started, cutting, but we got her therapy and got her help, and that was the difference between what happened to Jeff and what happened to her. And she's now, she's got her master's, and she's a complex trauma therapist. So
exactly,
it's really
right
cool.
there, and the body remembers that trauma. In using your platform to educate others, Eric, how do you feel like helping others helps heal yourself?
Well, I know that no matter what I do, you can't go back in time and change that. But what I can do is possibly give another parent an opportunity to see something and maybe interact. But even more than that, the school programs that we do and reach out and defeat the stigma, so they are talking, and that is happening. And as I said, for my daughter, in fact, one of her friends came up and said, "Hey, if you don't tell your parents, we're going to tell them for you." I mean, what a great gift that is, right? And so seeing that engagement it goes on is fantastic. Yeah,
breaking the stigma,
yes.
Talking about it instead of hiding it. Eric, thank you for joining Mid-Michigan Matters today.
It's my pleasure. Yeah.
Of course, and join us right after the 4 o'clock at around 4:40 for the News 10 Plus digital desk. Eric will be back for another live interview going more in depth into suicide prevention and the signs to look out for. We're going to